Hey guys, what's up? Scotch here once again. Right, collection update time, but a really short collection update. I don't know, again, I felt like I just wanted to get something out there. I will probably add to this within X amount of time, but regardless, here we go. Now, it was like over a month ago I uploaded my last collection update, so I just want to say, I've been good, okay? I've been very good. The amount of games that you see here will reflect that. And two of these items actually just came today, actually. In fact, I'll talk about them right now, the stuff that came today. Okay, first of all, not a game, but a nice bit of tech that I got, and I'm very, very pleased with. I got right here a Dreamcast arcade stick, right? For those of you who watched my last video there, I was talking about how I kind of like, I guess, properly experienced Street Fighter 3 Third Strike on the Dreamcast and ended up really liking it, so I kind of just thought to myself, you know what the fuck, I want to get an arcade stick. And even though I think I looked up there is some sort of adapter that you can hook this up to PC or that, but either way, you know, it's a nice bit of Dreamcast tech that I'm very happy to have for sure. You know, it feels amazing. I tried out a little bit of Third Strike there, and I'm sucking ass on it, you know, like, it's just I'm still learning, basically, either that or I suck. Probably, mostly me sucking, but yeah, it feels really nice to finally try out some of these, like, you know, all the shit I've been doing in Street Fighter, you know, way back when I played, like, Street Fighter 2 when I was younger, on an actual arcade stick. This is probably, I think this is the first arcade stick I've ever held in my hand, Tate. Certainly the first one I've ever owned. So, that is absolutely wonderful. I may, like, I may go so far as to get the official arcade stick for the Sega Saturn, maybe? I haven't decided on that yet, but this was definitely the higher priority for sure. So, that's amazing. So glad to have that. I'm running out of room in here, by the way. I don't know where I'm going to store it, but whatever. And the other item that came today, this was like one of my, like, again, I went like a month without like going on eBay and buying like any sort of retro stuff, like excluding obviously this arcade stick. But I just saw this during the week there, and I thought, oh fuck it, let's just go for it. Let's just fucking get it. This is Dark Saviour for the Sega Saturn. Now, I don't have too much to say about this one, other than that it's one of those like Sega Saturn exclusives that you just like see all over the place. You know, well, not all over the place, but when you're like looking for Sega Saturn collectibles and exclusives that you want to just add to your own collection, you know, this one does come up more often than not. It is by the same guy, and I swear to God, I don't. This isn't like my main reason for buying these games. It's just all like a little linkage to them, I guess. It is by Shinya Nishigagi, who worked on Landstalker, which I got recently, and also went on to make Blue Stinger, one of my favourite Dreamcast games, and also Illbleed. So, yeah, that's like, these are just the games that sort of link him together. It's sort of an isometric, apparently a sort of platforming game as well. I don't know, it's got a very, I definitely sense a sort of like love-hate relationship with this particular game, you know, amongst the people who've like played it. But regardless, it is a nice one to have. I'm actually becoming, I feel like I'm doing like mega well with my Sega Saturn collection specifically, you know, because I think I've moaned about it before, but there's really not that much on the console, or at least the ones that are like the most pricey, the ones that are the most sought after, you know, the real like top tier Sega Saturn exclusives. I've got like, I feel like I've got like such a good chunk of them. I mean, I'm missing some of like the other RPGs like Shining Wisdom, some of the other like working design games that, you know, you would only get in America. And I may go for those at some point, and I'm also really keen to start importing Japanese Saturn games, because I'm aware that there's so much on the Saturn that was in Japan only that we never got, and a lot of it is like perfectly playable as long as you can take the region lock off your Saturn, which is easy to do. So yeah, real happy for that. So I'm gonna probably gonna try and get some more Saturn games, but who knows what. So yeah, whatever. So here's the rest of the stuff that I bought, like mostly for this month. These are like new releases, but one thing I did get was I got right here an Inkling Girl Splatoon Amiibo. This is for Splatoon 1 specifically, or at least this is the one that came out in Splatoon 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked about it before. I had this mega, like, for about 2 weeks straight. Splatoon 2 was the only game I played. It surprised me that it became the only game I played, that I got so into it, but I did. And I binged on a few, like, Amiibo. But my Splatoon phase is, like, died down now, and I ordered this, like, ages ago, but I got an email saying, oh no, we don't have this. And I was like, okay, never mind. Then, like, a couple of weeks later, after my Splatoon 2 phase went away, it's like, oh no, we've got one now. And they just, like, auto-charged me immediately. I was like, I wasn't gonna get that new, but I couldn't be arsed stopping it, because I figured I might as well complete the set in a sense. So I don't think I'll go for any more Amiibo, or at least I won't, like, go out of my way to get them, but the ones that I have is, like, this is like a sort of complete set for Splatoon 1. You have, like, Squid, Inkling Girl and Inkling Boy variants for Splatoon 2, I believe, as well as, like, a few others, I think. And the other ones I have are, of course, the Squid sisters, which these were the main ones I really wanted to get in the first place, to be honest. So they're the coolest, I would say. But yeah, don't Amiibo. It's a curse. It's a fucking curse. It's like, ugh. Right. Next, we have Metroid: Samus Returns. Not too much to say about this one, really. I talked about it a bit in my last video. They've made a 2D Metroid for the 3DS, and it's pretty damn good. I'm very surprised that the developer, Mercury Stream, who, like, originally worked on the those Castlevania games, you know, Lords of Shadow. I really wasn't a big fan of those. So when I heard they were making the next Metroid game, I was like, because I always felt so bad for, like, next level games, you know. It's like next level games, the guys that made Punch-Out and Mario Strikers. It's like, oh, they're making a Metroid game, what are they doing? Federation Force, and I'm pretty sure at some point they were going to be doing, like, a 2D Metroid game for the 3DS, but it went on to Federation Force, and then Nintendo's like, oh wait, Metroid Prime 2's getting fan remade, okay, we gotta do something. And do something they did. This game is really good, so I ain't gonna whack it, but yeah, funny little history. Can't wait for Metroid Prime 4 as well, that should be good. And the only other game I've got here, really, is, again, I was sort of talking about this, Ys, and I still don't know the fucking title, Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. What the fuck is that title, Falco? Honest to God. But yeah, I'm about 10 hours into this, and to be honest, guys, I'm actually thinking about dropping it, you know, because I'm not really digging it as much. It's not really that it's a bad game, definitely not that it's a bad game. I guess I'm just not in the mood for a sort of, like, hack and slash Falcom game at the moment. In fact, if you'll indulge in me ranting for a little bit here, this game, I kind of had, like, a wee epiphany. Is it epiphany? Okay, I basically, this game kind of made me see the light on something. Because I pre-ordered this way back in April, kind of like without thinking about it really. And when it arrived in the post and I'd been charged like full price for it, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll play this. You know what it was? Okay, I've talked about this a lot. Trails in the Sky for the PSP, done by Falcom, is my favourite, maybe my favourite RPG of all time. It's either that or Skies of Arcadia, but the fact of the matter is, I played that game, I fell in fucking love with it. And this is the way my mind works. When I fell in love with that game, my mind was like, well, you immediately fall in love with Falcom, the developer, you know? Pretty much all Falcom does these days, is, to my knowledge, is the Ys games and the Legend of Heroes games, which of course Trails in the Sky is a part of. So I remember setting out to try and, like, get as many of their games as I could, some of which I played immediately, some of which I really enjoyed, and some of which I really didn't enjoy. The point I'm trying to make here is that I kind of, like, brainwashed myself to, like, immediately get anything that was Falcom. And Falcom's a good developer, and I do like a lot of their games, but it was just like this automatic, like, oh, Falcom, buy it. You know, this mentality that I had. Like, I have the Trails and Cold Steel games for the PS3. I popped one in for like half an hour and was like, okay, this is high school, and it was like I knew all the characters when I started playing it. It's like, you're the main guy, you're the main girl, you're the big sister, you're the guy with a chip on his shoulder, and you're the lassie with the big boobs and the glasses. It's, you know, just shit like that. And I feel like I'm moaning about something completely different now, like these sort of anime tropes that get on my tits, but rest assured they do get on my tits. Even the very beginning of this game, Adol, the main character, wakes up and he walks around the corner and there's a lassie with a bath towel around her, and it falls off and he sees her naked, and I'm just like, I actually loved this, right? This really was great because the towel falls off her, right? And it falls in slow motion, but you see Adol's face, and he makes a face like this. You know, he looks all sad, you know? He's not even really looking, he just sort of looks sad. And his face just screams to me, it's like, I know what's coming. I'm gonna get slapped in the face, aren't I? I don't know. We tropes like that, like those sort of like they always do get on my tits, you know? They really do. It just like makes me roll my eyes and think, oh fuck, this is the game I'm gonna play now. And Falcom's kinda bad at that. And again, I don't want to like generalize it and say that's all there was to Ease, you know, there's a lot to love in it, there really is. It's just not for me at the time, really. So, and I'm gonna try and like refrain from like immediately going for Falcon games just because they're Falcon, you know? I've bought a lot of games that way. Even though 8 times out of 10 I'll probably like it anyway, but whatever. That was a mega wee tangent right there. I got no more games to show. So yeah, that's that. Let's get ready for the end of year release period. I think next week Lady Layton for the 3DS comes out, and at the end of the month we've got Mario Odyssey, and not sure what else is coming in between, but there's probably going to be a lot. So yeah, it's good. The time to stop being good has ended, and it's time to waste a shitload of money. So, guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.